Hey everybody, welcome back to Snowrunner. Today's episode, we're taking the Bandit out. We're going to do some seismic exploration. Stay tuned. Never forget, always keep your beacons on for safety. So this has quickly become one of my favorite games, like little mini game things for driving. I quite like the aspect of guessing. Like, it gives you a distance and you just guess where you think it might be. And I try to do it within 3 guesses. Sometimes I screw up. Sometimes I'm closer to bang on than I think, even if I was using a guide, I would be. But let's get over to the quarry. Man, I severely damaged my tires and suspension on the trip over here, but that's alright, we got some repair points for that. We're finally on the region that we need to be, the quarry, and as I'm loading in, I see that yellow box in the slough there, and I decide to go drive and investigate that, because I'm not sure what it is. And look at that, hidden in plain sight is an engine upgrade for most of the Russian heavy trucks. So at this part, I'm starting to believe in where my guess is for the starting point. So I'm going to build a little route to get there quick. And at this point, I believe my first guess is totally wrong. So I start looking for stuff that is similar distance away from what the task is asking me to do, and we'll adjust from there. And my second guess is wrong again, so I think it's going to be over here somewhere. So now we'll try and get over to that location as well. So, you know you're getting close. Within 150 meters, this incessant beeping starts. So I'm going to leave it in for this first one, and then it'll be inside the time lapse for the next couple. And there you have it. Once you're within about 10 meters, it gives you the option to scan. You set them up, they thump on the ground, and there you go. Contract complete. We got 2 more contracts just like this. We got a triangulation one here on the quarry, and then we got to move over to Zimnogorsk to do another one. So let's get to it. And after motoring along a little bit, I kind of get an idea. Just trying to mess with distances. When you mark something, it tells you how far away it is. And it's looking like I'm pretty close to that truck we discovered a couple episodes ago. I noticed there's also a mission to recover it finally. So we're going to go over there and activate it on the way to find this location. pull up and activate this. I am excited to unlock this Dan truck. This is the second time I've looked at it, and I cannot wait to have it as my own. We'll be unlocking it in a couple episodes from now, so stay tuned. And the location we needed to be ended up being not too far from the Dan. So we'll thump the ground here, and we got one more location to find on Quarry. And I jumped to the cab view just to see if I can sneak my way through here, but there's absolutely no way I'm getting through these trees. I'm going to have to go back out the way I came. I was a little concerned about fuel levels, so I decided to swing through the service hub here and top back up. And our first guess ended up being pretty damn right on to where we needed to be. So that's pretty lucky. Alright, on to the next task, which is in Zimdegorsk for the final, I believe, final seismic vibrator contract. Let's hit it. So after a pretty uninteresting drive to Zimdegorsk, I decide I'm going to at least make it to the high grade road before I really start trying to figure out where my guesses are going to be for this triangulation. So join me as I slog through the mud here. Thank goodness I'm not loaded up with logs like I was in the last episode. All right, now that I'm on the high grade, already pretty close to one of the spots. So I start clicking on distances here. And would you look at that? That's pretty close to how far away I need to be. So I'm going to head down to that lighthouse. Well, I'd say that was a pretty accurate first guess. I noticed as I was going this way, another one of the points was drastically lowering in distance from me. So I'm guessing it is also somewhere along this coast. So I'm going to guess for that too. Also, I'm not sure why I did this. I was concerned I was going to run out of fuel trying to find the next couple points, so I bring the Kenworth over and I refuel everything really fast here. There we go. Refueled all up. Let's hit the road with the Bandit. So I noticed the beeping goes off, but it's asking me to creep all the way out on this little inlet. So I get a little concerned here, but the Bandit performs very well. This is actually a pretty cool little spot too. I'm gonna take a picture here while I'm parked here. Alright, now that we're back on dry land, it's time for my first guess. I figure it'd be something like over there. So the only way to really get to that location without having to cross the big river again is to head north. So I start cruising north. And after only moving 100 or so meters north, I clearly realized that that is not the proper guess. I need to go pretty much straight north from here. So there is my second guess. Well, lucky guess, I guess. So there is the final point for geological research all done. We're gonna plonk her down right here. And there you have it. Thank you all for watching. In the next episode, we got a little bit of logging to do. We're gonna break out a vehicle we haven't used yet. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.